quake and fear. Whispers float on midnight air.
Ready.
Alrighty then, folks. As of last session, y'all woke up in the morning, coming up, I guess, sort of waking up, and some of y'all meeting up together. I think it was mostly just Cinder and Viscous really meeting up together. Oh no, I think Jack, no, Cinder and, yeah, okay, so, most y'all woke up a little bit slowly. Y'all kind of spread out throughout the night and kind of all over the city. But Cinder and Viscous, after waking up, went back to the unrolling scroll to retrieve their present for Drac. Then made their way to Marv's Tavern so that they could learn exactly who they're supposed to fight next in the Fighters Guild. Having talked to that little gnome again and learned a thing or two. Drac awoke a bit sore, but started his day heading towards the clothing shop that was able to get him a, place an order on a modified jacket so that he could hide himself a little bit better instead of getting all those little side glances. Rich people don't like a hobgoblin. Racist bastards. Glowin started his morning kind of dedicated to trying to figure out the next rune that his new, I guess, mentor was trying to get him to learn. Sadly, to no avail. It's not a great morning for that. Cian, however, spent his morning back over on Duskhawk Hill. And what did you say that you were going to be doing again, Mr. Cian?
So, obviously, trying to recover from the long period of time that he spent in a very confined, space underground. He's been stretching his wings and working on a new equation for a new spell.
Gotcha. Okay.
Even going as far as to seeing if Oda might know a thing or two, whether he did or not. Suyin was still, very hard at work at it.
I gotcha. We'll get to that shortly.
Yeah.
Later on, Drac eventually, while he was walking through the upper district, noticed Dayrora walking through the upper city. Excuse me, not upper district. Oh, it's the same thing. It's whatever. He caught up with her, joined with her, got the whole party together after calling them on their little magic rings.
Party.
Say again, Cian?
I said almost the whole party.
Yeah, almost the whole party. But yeah, after everybody, except Cian, had arrived back at Saffron's bathhouse, everyone started to explain what the situation was like in Boulder's Gate since the party arrived. Drac revealed some of his past, how him and the guy who nearly cut both of his arms off, like at the shoulder, was Drac's brother. Seems like there's a little bit of family drama there, but moving on. But yeah, talking about Drac's brother, his Drac's motivation for hunting down said brother and Solomon. And Viscous and Cinder revealed a encrypted message that they were able to decipher. That explained that the cult had set forth had a plan set forth on the 19th of Alteriac, which is less than a month away, but it's almost a month away. Yeah, one of the Anyways, a plan that was unknown as of this point in time, but probably not good for anybody. More information was shared. The group weighed their options and planned their next move, trying to figure out everything that's going on to the best of their ability. De'Rora stepped out of the room to go talk with the girl, whose name I believe was Abigail. Escapes me right off top, but I think it was Abigail, so I'm gonna say Abigail. And that is basically where we called it. Just letting everybody sort of chat with each other in the room with De'Rora, or excuse me, in the room that De'Rora left y'all in, while De'Rora went off to go talk to the lady. Anything I really left out? Questions?
Kind of a sort of a in between character question.
Okay.
Do you need me to step into Saffron or Suyin's first?
Because you were not here last session, we will be handling Suyin first.
Okay, well, to be fair, last session even Saffron wasn't there, so
Well, yes,
oh, yeah.
that is correct. However, as of right now, Saffron is, if he is here today, he is here today, but he wasn't here when everybody woke up in the morning.
Yep.
But on that note, if we don't have any further questions or anything else they'd like to add to our recap, all right. But yeah, starting off, Mr. Suyin. As you woke up in the morning, you would have noticed that Oda is nowhere within sight.
Okay.
As you said, you sort of like recuperated yourself, kind of dealt with the situation that you've had to deal with recently, being very quite anxious, probably handling your, getting yourself, since you have all this fresh air and, open sky and everything, you feel like it's not too hard for you to feel a lot better.
Right.
But yeah, working on your spell, I'd say like most of right now, it's probably just your putting the formula together, I believe.
Yeah.
But would you have had your ring on? No, after you woke up in the morning.
Well, after having kind of worked a little bit on the equation, Suyin would probably have put the ring finally back on, say, a couple hours after having being awake at least.
I gotcha. No, yeah, that should be no, yeah, a couple hours after being awake. Yeah, probably pretty not too far away from actually, or too far from where we left off. In
All
terms
right.
of before we left off, I guess. Sorry,
Also,
time's a little skewed in my head.
it's all good. If Oda's nowhere to be seen, Suyin's gonna find a piece of parchment paper, take one of his feathers, and kind of convert it to a quill and write a kind of a thank you for your hospitality, blah 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 kind of note.
All right.
And he included in that little note, he said, if there's anything I can do, or whatever, just send me a sending.
Just send me a sending. I mean, that's probably an actual term, like an actual thing to say in these times, honestly. At least
Very
between
well.
wizards.
Yeah.
Send me! As they walk
Send
off.
me.
um, we'll go ahead and say, we'll just round it up and say, like, by the end of last session is about when, Suyin's finally, like, finished up putting together what's in his head with the equation.
Yeah.
And little arcane mumbo jumbo. Finally putting that ring on. Are you like calling out to everybody, or are you just kind of?
And so instead of calling out to everybody, I don't want my head full of, all five voices at once.
Yeah.
So Ian, once he gets, he's going to take flight, and just before he passes over the barrier between Tumbledown to Cliffgate, he is going to cast invisibility on himself and fly directly to Saffron's.
Okay. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, it shouldn't be too far for you, too long for
Yeah.
you. Invisibility
That way,
lasts like an hour, right?
yes.
Yeah, yeah, totally easy.
Okay. That way he doesn't cause any ruckus, and he doesn't have to stop for guards or whatever. He's just going to fly straight to Saffron's.
You are breaking into the upper city.
Illegal border crossing.
Technically. Um,
Down a spell slot. There we go.
but yeah, I guess you guys over in the whatchamacallit, um, the room that they were left y'all in. What are y'all talking about in there?
Huh? Say that again?
You guys left in the room that Deborah was in. Viscous, Cinder, Glowin, Drac. Y'all all together.
I thought the last thing we left her with was she was going to talk to Abigail.
Correct. And so, yeah, just like I don't know if you guys are still talking about anything that's going on or anything else that y'all want to talk about in terms of stuff that y'all, I guess. Well, I feel like my vocabulary is like amazing, but in terms of like the stuff that y'all talked about recently. Coffee. Oh shit, I forgot I had coffee. Go on.
Go ahead, Viz.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm just posted up on the wall, kind of waiting for people to return and figure out what's going on. Kind of told our boss what was going on, waiting to see what the boss says.
What the boss?
It's just us
Yeah.
and Drac, right? Glowin didn't get here yet?
Bone's here.
Yeah.
Glowin's here. Okay. I couldn't remember if he got back from his little adventure.
He wanted to go fight, and we left him, so he decided not to.
And glowing for your runes. Remember, you need to do that during a short and or long rest. Right now, wouldn't really consider it a short rest, just because y'all are, I mean, unless you just say screw whatever y'all are talking about and go in the corner and focus on this for an hour. He wants to do his runes.
I think the only thing we would really need to take care of is like getting this letter to someone important. This deciphered letter. Yeah, that's about it right now.
And also
You mean
finding
like
the
the burning
gnome.
blades, or is it burning fists, burning blades, or something? That's what I'm talking
Flaming
about?
fist.
Flaming fists.
Also finding the gnome.
Oh, the one that came with you, right?
Yeah, y'all got that letter that y'all wanted to take to the Flaming Fist, the gnome. I can't think of anything else right off top besides like Dayror talking with Abigail. I still haven't confirmed to see if her name is Abigail. I'm just trying to. I assume it's Abigail. Oh,
I think
cool.
that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, memory.
I think Viscous said something about the gnome's name to Drac, and so did he? I can't remember.
I gave Drac the letter I sniped from the lab.
Yes. Okay.
And Drac confirmed to know who it is. Now he's gotta find the little devil.
I'll look at Cinder and say, well, I figure we need to take that note to the brass here, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Guess that's where we should head next. Don't know how long Doror's gonna be.
I'm sure they can message us if they need us.
Yeah. This letter's pretty important.
Drac, if you need any help or anything, just feel free to let us know.
Well,
Your squeaky say, don't go into more sewers.
From a distance, Suyin cringes.
Well, I'm gonna start heading out the door and walking out of the establishment towards the Flaming Fist.
Glowin is going to hang out and focus on his runes, I guess.
Alrighty, I will head with Viscous.
Beat him up. Do-do-do-do. Glowin, do you want to do a was it Arcana or a religion check? I think is what it was. I had to go double check. Trying to go off of memory, and memory is not my strong suit. Someone said, "Oh, though."
Yes, I was. I remember we had discussed about me putting the gem in a bag and hiding it.
Correct.
And I'd said what I wanted to do. Did that happen yet, or is that what I should go and do now?
I thought I
Because-
had seen some. I think I remember someone putting it away in a bag.
Yes, and I was gonna go and hide it with my mask on. Yeah.
I mean, no, it hasn't happened yet, but
Okay, then. Ooh. Before Viscous and I leave, I'll stop and go. Viscous, should I take this and go and hide it like I planned?
I'll just hold out my hand for the note and say, I'll meet you at the main spot, big man.
I'll give him the note. I will don my mask.
and walk out in the public.
Yes. Put a little hood on and get the bag with the gem in it and head towards Viscus's new acquired home. It's my plan to hide it above where the research lab was in
Right.
one of the chimneys.
So then, essentially, y'all are splitting up. Drac is going to Blackgate, I would assume, because you
Yep.
said you were hunting down the gnome. Viscous heading
Yep.
towards the Flaming Fist. What was it? Cinder is heading off toward back to Tumbledown. So really, honestly, Viscous, you and Cinder both can, or yeah, Cinder and Viscous, y'all can sort of like tail with each other for a little bit.
Well, I'm purposely gonna go the opposite way just because I don't want to know where he's putting it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
I got you.
So I'll watch him walk away and then just split off and take a detour.
Understood.
Give him a little salute and take off
Yep.
into the shadows
Okay. Then
to immediately be arrested.
Suyin is heading to where y'all are leaving, and you guys and Glowin is rolling a 3 on his religion check in order to understand his rune.
Quick note: I am not role playing with myself, so Saffron is definitely not there today.
Fair enough. Yeah, he's got other business to attend to. He's got another shop.
Yes.
But I will say, no, as y'all are leaving, Suyin, you do notice both Viscous, Drac, and Suyin both like leave Saffron's establishment. Huh?
You mentioned me twice. You included me in the group that's leaving.
I probably meant
He
Sender.
meant
I
me.
probably meant Sender. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. You Suyin. You see Drac, Cinder, and Viscous.
No.
All three of them leave the. I had the name in my head for a second. Saffron's place, and then just split up, and all three go in different directions. And also,
right.
oddly enough, Cinder has the Plague Doctor mask on.
So because I put the ring back on, and I'm still invisible as I'm approaching Saffron's place and seeing them split off, I'm just going to, just for shits and giggles, do like this kind of an eerie whisper saying, "I see you guys," into the ring.
I'm assuming you're broadcasting that to everybody.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
5 voices bombarded. No.
But yeah, y'all hear that little whisper of Suyin's voice in your head.
It sounds almost like a dissident whisper.
Hmm.
Well, for shenanigans. Drac hears that first thing. He's going to duck into alley. He goes stealth mode.
Like, oh shit. Oh wait.
Yes, I definitely like do the similar thing of like up to the skies, peeking around. How does he know it's me? I have a mask on.
You see nothing.
Wayne, would you like me to roll a stealth?
You can.
To be fair, Suyen's not paying that much attention to where you guys are going. He just likes so either way, you'd win that roll anyway.
Yeah, if that's the case, we'd be going off your passive perception, which I'm pretty sure does not beat an 18.
No, God.
So you lost track of Drac.
A 13 would beat my passive perception.
Yeah. But yeah, you've lost track of Drac, but you do still see Viscous and Cinder sort of splitting up and heading in different directions.
Either way, as soon as I touch ground, like right by the entrance to Saffron's bathhouse, Suyin will drop the invisibility and walk through the door, and let the lady or the receptionist know that he's just there waiting for his group to return. I'm sure he's hard to, it's hard to forget a blue Aarakocra.
Yeah. She does recognize you. As soon as you're just like, you just wait for him, she's like, you just missed them.
I saw them briefly.
I think there was she's sort of like gesturing to like something about like waist height, and it's like the dwarf. I think he's still here.
All right. Where at?
I can show you here just a second. See her sort of like shout over to one of the other ladies or something. It's like, hey, can you handle the desk for a minute? As she notions for you to follow her.
Mm-hmm.
Takes you upstairs, and all the way down to basically like where everybody's been, like where Saffron's office almost is.
Yeah.
But you all travel to like, a little bit further down that hallway, and she knocks on the door. I'm assuming Glowin says something, and she's like, yes, that's probably him. Let me see if you do have inspiration, sir, because I don't know. You do not. Unfortunately, my sir. Just here. Fuck. That's what y'all heard on the other side of the door. And as soon as she knocks on the door, you just hear it glow and just say, fuck! Except it's probably in Dwarven. No, I'm definitely getting flagged on YouTube.
Uh-oh.
No, they don't really care that much. Especially since I'm not making money.
Right.
But yeah. I'm assuming, yeah, she's just gonna go ahead and like crack the door open for you to let you in.
And once again,
Oh, go on.
oh no, you first. You first.
She is also going to mention that this is Derora's room. She was here a little bit ago. Doesn't know where she is right now, but she's sure that she'll be around shortly.
All right. Well, thank you.
Yes, as she ventures off back to her business.
So Ian will just kind of make himself comfortable and watch quietly watch Gloin do his thing until Gloin actually decides to stop focusing.
I don't want to distract Mr. JT too much while he is driving.
Yeah.
But JT, you do have a magic man in the room with you right now. It's not much because he doesn't know. Do you know Dwarven?
I do not.
Ah. He might only be able to help you a little bit. I'll give you one more chance if you'd like. Because I'm nice.
If there's anything to do with like elemental languages, though, I could probably help. But otherwise, no.
Yeah. What he's really doing, what you would see him doing whenever you walked in is he's like, probably like over like a desk or something. He's got a hand axe out that has a like 3 like runes carved into it, just sort of like burned into it, kind of glowing.
Do
Go on.
do any of the runes have like any sort of for instance, like any hint of primordial like I don't know how to put it. Is there any sense of like a primordial sort of language to the rune, at least, like other than the obvious dwarvish?
I would say, yeah, from the looks of things, no, they are dwarven runes through and through. That's not saying you still don't know one thing or two about magic, but you know.
But I mean, I can know plenty about magic and still not know a language. So
that's why I wasn't gonna give him a big bonus if he did want to try again. Oh, never mind. You did not see. Well, okay. Whenever you walk in, you do see him sort of just like cover up the axe real quickly.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
shrug and just kind of sit over across the room.
You're okay to have
I
y'all's
guess
awkward conversation later.
Yeah.
Close all that. And back to business. Oh.
One more thing. Suyin will say, will let people know via the ring that he's back at Saffron's. And that he's with Gloin, but the little dwarves focused.
Yeah.
So
You sent that out to everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Cinder will respond. Oh, all right, see you. I'll be back in just a minute. On a secret mission.
all right, be safe. Please be careful.
Trying to think of a cool code name, but I couldn't.
Do you say that?
Smoke screen over and out or something. But yeah.
Yeah, you actually say all of that. Love it. But speaking of Cinder, as you're making your way through the Steeps and Heapside and Eastway and Brampton, all the way back into Tumbledown. Again, these some foggy streets. My lord, words work.
Oh, apparently somebody's been streaking.
Just wearing the mask, nothing else.
Oh, wow.
Well, at least
And
it's
the cape does not match the drapes.
It's
Yeah,
better,
no
it's
one
better than
knows me.
some other types of streaking, all right?
Yeah.
Sometimes those brown stains you got to worry about where they came from.
Oh, My head hurts now from laughing.
uh, so, yeah, you make your way back into Tumbledown, find your way back into it's like it takes you a good, we'll say 30 minutes of just like straight walking. You do get a lot of strange looks, but no one really stops you. You're not really doing anything. People are, just nosy. They've probably seen weirder in this city. It's pretty tight-knit alleyways and all that.
Yep. If I catch someone's eye, but you see that guy with the flaming head and that ooze man? Crazy people in this town.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like not. It's just a mask. It doesn't actually like. It's not the whole. It's not like that can conceal your head itself, just the face. So he's just some guy in a like with flaming blue hair and a mask comes up to you and like plague mask. You seen that guy with the flaming blue hair?
They never know it was me.
Never. Oh, I love it. But yeah, you make your way back to. Is there anywhere specific you had in mind within the newly acquired
Yes.
home?
Isn't it 3 stories? Like 2 stories in an attic or something?
Yes, I believe so.
So on the second story, I believe there was a chimney in one of the rooms. I wanted to use my smith's tools to like remove. I don't know if it'd be if the bag is like 1 brick size or 2 brick sizes worth. But basically pull those out and cut the bricks in half so that I can put the bag in there and then slide the bricks in front of it.
I'm pulling it up right now. I'm gonna look at it. Sitting near the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, in the fire rooms, it would be, I believe, the same room that Viscus found all the letters in.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be the only place that I think would be the fireplace.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm actually going to make a mark on this map. And I hope you remember.
You hope I what?
So I hope you remember.
Yeah, I'm making a note in my
Probably a good idea.
my inventory right now.
Alrighty, that is done. Delete. Just watch to. Yep, all that stuff. All right, and we're back in business.
Woot.
No, yeah, as you are moving through Tumbledown, like it is a little creepy. And I'm assuming you're gonna stealth your way into the fucking manor.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll
Yeah.
stealth.
Alrighty.
After everything you've been through in there, I doubt you're just gonna go and like kick the door down, like I'm here.
Goosh.
Hey, pretty good for having a disadvantage.
Hell yeah.
I will say, as you do go in there, you do notice first thing first, like what was it? The way that y'all came in, the door it was already open. Kind of hard to tell if y'all don't really remember if y'all closed it or not, but you can also, I would say, see what looks like a little bit of activity in here, a little bit more footsteps than what there would have been from just y'all. It was a pretty dirty, rundown place beforehand. But yeah, like large, just like lots and like lots of footprints, moving through just about every room. Most of them heading towards the basement area.
Okay. Well, I'm glad it went to the second floor.
Either way, the while you're there though, there doesn't really seem to be much going on. At least not in your presence. Like you don't see or hear anything going on. It doesn't seem like anything's taking notice of you, as far as you're aware. But oh, yeah, it seems pretty quiet as of right now. Just like seems like there maybe was a lot more people here a few hours ago or so.
Okay. Alrighty.
But yeah, I'm assuming you're just gonna start heading. Where are you headed after Tumbledown?
I'm gonna head back to. Oh, I will go to the Flaming Fist. Is that right?
Correct. That would be taking you all the way back over to Wyrm's Rock, where Mr. Riskus is headed.
I'm looking for that on the map.
It's where y'all came in to Boulder's Gate. Wyrm's
Oh,
Crossing,
wow.
the bridge.
Okay. Then yes, I will definitely head that way because at worst I will see him leaving. I will encounter him on his way back. So yeah, I'm gonna head that way.
I gotcha. Viscous, my sir.
Yes, sir.
Luckily, I've not forgotten about your. Let me turn your volume up a little bit. Just a little bit. I think that'll work. All right. Yeah, as you are, making your way down, you finally split up with, split up from Cinder. You hear Suyin talking about how he's chilling with Glowin now. Like I said, you make your way through the lower city, the outer city. Is there anything you're doing along the way, or just like beelining it straight for the, got a lot of ground to cover?
Yeah, just walking with a purpose towards Worms Crossing.
I gotcha. Yeah. City, luckily for you, because it takes you less time to get just about anywhere in the city. It takes you about the same time it took Cinder to get to Tumbledown, roughly. Maybe like a little bit longer, but not much. About like 30, 40, 50 minutes ish. Yeah, after we'll say you're walking across the bridge, Wyrm's Crossing, and like right outside Wyrm's Rock, you'll have already seen or you'll see like the guards, the Flaming Fist guards, sort of stationed out front. They're still like kind of like impeding people coming and going through that little area, so you'll probably have to navigate your way through that either by talking to people, letting them know what's going on. There's like a small line of people if you're waiting or just trying to cut through.
Nah, I'm just cutting through.
Okay. No, yeah. I guess you'd probably see one of the people in charge. Let me do this. Odds they are not familiar, and evens they are. Lucky you. It is going to be the lady who let y'all in originally. As she's sort of in charge of this, this side of things now. Yeah, she's, see her, she's like pushing a few people to the side, barring them passage, waving a few other people by. She takes note of you. It's kind of hard face to miss. She's like, yeah, what's your business?
Yeah, I need to speak to whoever's in charge here.
What purpose?
Not to sound mean, ma'am, but was doing one of them jobs you gave us and came across some information that, I'll be honest, I don't trust with anyone but the number one person here. So as much as you are in charge, I can't really relay this information to anyone but him or her.
Does it have to do with Tumbledown?
It has to do with this whole city.
Okay. Well, oh. He's gonna look over to one of the guards. Just, you go with him. Take him upstairs.
As I'm walking away, I'm gonna say, my brother with the blue fire hair, he'll probably come looking for me. He has valuable information too. If you wanna send him my way, please and thank you. I'm just gonna
Understood.
smile and do a little praise symbol.
Yep. Yeah, she just, says like understood, waves you off, and then goes back to like telling us like some lady is like, no. You need credentials here. I don't know their policy for letting people in, so assume there's a good reason for it. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. It's the Flaming Fist. Technically, they're mercenaries.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guard doesn't really say much, but he does gesture for you to follow him, leads you into Wyrm's Rock, upstairs, comes up to like you're basically like going almost all the way to the top, and yeah, he knocks on that door. You can hear I forget his name. Oh, I got it here. I got it here somewhere. I know I do. Yeah. Ulder Ravengard. Just say like, come in. Guard opens the door for you. Just kind of like gestures, like one arm holding the door, the other arm basically gesturing for you to walk in.
Gonna kind of nod at him and walk in, nonchalant.
He will close the door behind you and wait outside. As it just seems to be older and looks to be like one guard just sort of stationed with him. And he's like, y'all, you hear about the tip y'all gave me?
1 second if you don't mind. I'm gonna look over to that guard and say, "Hey, buddy, what's your name?"
And sort of looks to you and looks over to Older real fast. Older just sort of gives him a nod. Just Timaeus?
Was it Timaeus with like a T?
Yes.
You're gonna see me pull out a note and just look at it. What's your last name?
Why are you asking? And Older's just gonna like look. He's all right. His Older's gonna look to you. Is like, what are you getting at?
I promise it has relevancy. It's to know whether he needs to leave the room before we discuss this.
Well, he is one of my personal. He won't need to leave the room.
You trust him?
I do. He's been with me a
July?
long time.
Fair enough. I'm just gonna look at him and go, "You're lucky." And walk up to Older. I'm gonna hand him this note. And the note that's like it's mostly translated behind. I'm gonna say, so we told you about that mansion. I found a lab with the evil doctor. It's probably cleared out. Stole some notes. Found this. My smart, fiery-headed brother translated it. The reason I was asking him is because there's two names on here that I don't fucking know, and I think you might. Either way, your town's doomed if you don't do something about this.
He's gonna look over the letter and just sort of seems to be quiet for a good little bit. Looks like he's probably reading it like once, twice, so just 3 times, scanning up and down. It's just
And I think I fucked up their plans, and by we, I mean me and my whole group. So maybe that date isn't going to be accurate anymore.
And you said this had to do with the house.
Yeah, there was like a secret like lab thing underground. It's hard to describe, but when we was down there, there was a bunch of like people, like weird cultist people. You know, we had to fight and stuff. There was a bunch of tubes, had a bunch of crazy stuff in there. I'm just gonna look and like pat my pockets and go, I don't have the notes on those. But it was, I think it said a elder brain, a false hydra egg, a beholder with a one eye, and like three weird looking magic werewolves in test tubes.
Hmm.
I'm sure the place is cleaned out by now. Like I said, this was late through the night and we were running for our lives, which is why didn't have the magic guy on me to message you about this. Time was of the essence, lives were valuable. Sorry for the delay.
I had a crew, as soon as y'all sent the message, I had a crew go and investigate. They came
Hopefully they went to
back.
the... Oh, sorry, Seth.
They came back with roughly 24, well, missing people. Luckily, most of those people have already been basically processed, spoken to, and most of them have families to go
I'm,
back to.
I'm gonna look really concerned and ask them, did they have marks on their neck?
I did not handle that part of the investigation personally.
You should definitely check if they have marks on their neck.
Why?
So this isn't my first run-in with this doc, and the last batch of people he had marks on the neck, and we noticed it but didn't think much. He tried using them as cannon fodder, and then when we didn't bend, he forcefully killed them all from an unknown location. Uh, he can do that. What else can he do with something in their neck?
And you're certain the little cut bump in the neck was the source of that
The
situation?
the people we found were still in cages. Every one of them had a bump on their neck. Every one of them died.
Hmm.
It all looked like fresh surgical marks. Just a precaution. Maybe tell them that, you know, you got to double check a couple questions about what happened. And when you do, just, you know, give them the once over. Make sure that you're not letting people that could, I don't know, possibly be mind controlled or something throughout your city.
Well, like I said, there was over 24 of them, and most of them have already gone through our processing, and most of them are probably already on their way back to go see their people. So that makes things
Eh,
very difficult.
okay. That does make sense, and it's probably hard to pull people from the family after traumatic events.
Well, and
Um,
finding them in this city is also a challenge.
Related towards the note, do you know either of these names? As I'm gonna point out the HENBI and the ARK. I'm sorry, AKRKTAH. I'm gonna say they're coded and scrambled, and I don't know people, but it says someone's managing the districts. So, and if they're escorting people, I was thinking, you know, maybe a god or something. I don't want to suggest your flaming fist or nothing, but I don't know who manages and escorts people in districts.
Hmm.
But we obviously couldn't decipher that, as those appear to be names, and names can be a dime a dozen.
Let me pull up the note. Oh. Mhm.
And as I'm pointing them out, and be like, and that's the prime reason why I questioned your buddy over there. If, you know, his last or first name matched one of these scrambles, I could unscramble it and see it. Maybe he's, you know, a rat.
On the western side of the city. See, like he kind of like half kind of like kind of wasn't paying attention to maybe what you just said. It's like western side of the city. That's Bloombridge, Sea Tower, the Steeps. We're talking about the Escorting people to safety on the ship, so that's probably the Steeps and Bloom Ridge. I will look into these two names. I have an idea. You know what? No, yeah. I actually think these two names have to do with the guild. You haven't been in Boulder's Gate for very long, so hopefully you haven't had that much of a run-in with them. But the guild's a local, we'll say, less than savory group of individuals who likes to take stuff that isn't theirs, along with other black market dealings. We've been trying to deal with them for a while, and I'm pretty sure one of these names is Benny. And that is a name in the guild. I can't remember if it's Bloom Ridge or the Steeps, but that's supposedly one of the districts that he runs over.
Bloom Ridge or Steeps, huh?
Yes, the other name I'll have to look into to figure out exactly who that is. I'll be able to look into more specifics about who takes care of which district. But either way, if push comes to shove, and we can't prevent whatever this is, we need to keep people away from Bloom Ridge and the Steeps.
How do you suggest that?
I'll handle
Like
that.
people don't listen. Awesome.
What?
So this guild, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't had a run-in, but I think I might have a person that I know that might be a part of it, and I have interest in myself. If you can figure out the name, what if I can get in there? I take them out.
Not sure we have time for that.
I mean, according to this, it says it's like the 19th of the next month. I mean,
Nice.
even if they speed up their plans, I don't think they can get all this going in a single night or two.
Maybe, but them telling you about some of the people who run their districts, they're a pretty secretive organization for a reason. And we still don't even know who their guild leader is, let alone half of the people that actually work in the organization. And we've had undercover people for over a decade. Unless you can manage something quite incredible in a couple of weeks, I don't know how well you're going to be able to get in there.
Couple of weeks, huh? Well, can I ask you a question first?
Yeah.
And I don't take any ill will. What was your first thought when you saw me? Monster, a slimy person, someone greasy, don't trust them. Am I hitting around the ballpark?
Definitely a slimy person, but not in the sense that, well, you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Slimy because of what you look like, not who you seem to be. Although,
Fair enough.
I guess talking with you a bit seems you know you're, yeah, can kind of get it off of your accent and your mannerisms.
Yeah, it's what most people look at when they see me. So I'm glad to see you, read more than just a cover, but you read the whole book. Most people look at me and think that I'm just gross or I'm a monster or a freak. People like the guild, they don't really bat eyes at that. In fact, they encourage it. Gives them more opportunity to do stuff. Just saying that I might be able to slide my way in, and if me and another person can slide our way in, there's a possibility we could, disrupt this from the inside. I'm just trying to make sure that if that happens, I'm not going to jail.
You know this guild isn't opposed to killing off spies, right?
Wouldn't be the first time my life's been threatened. Pretty sure it won't be the last.
If you are willing and you think you can do this in a couple of weeks, I'll give you a chance. You're outside of the Flaming Fist, you've only been here a few days. They'll probably give you a chance. And if you said you might know someone connected with them?
I'm pretty sure I do. And in fact, I think I made a rather smooth impression on him in my first days here.
Well, I will let a few of our higher-ups know that you are a special case. You and you said there might be another?
Cinda. Cinda, a guy, big fiery head. Kind
Yeah,
of looks like a asshole for no reason.
yeah, the
Yeah,
name
him.
kind of pulls together with the fire.
Yeah. Yeah, me and him. And this is probably gonna sound weird, but it'll definitely help my case. When I leave here, I'm sure your buddy wants to do it anyways. Think he can like rudely throw me out of here like I kind of caused the scene? Might help my case with the guild.
And you see, like, the guard sort of like looks to older looks to him and just like shrugs, and the guard just like gives a very slow but quiet nod and just looks at you and just gives you a nod.
Alright, so there's a copy of the note. I'm gonna keep the undeciphered one because, you know, maybe I can use it as an interrogation clue down the way. But that's the deciphered one, so you can figure out the names. And if you need anything, maybe send someone to Saffron's bathhouse and just leave a note with the receptionist. Say this is for the purple slimy man. I'll get to it
Don't worry, we need to get a hold of you. We have a way. If
without making it obvious. I'm gonna kind of question it.
if someone approaches you saying my sister sent me,
That's a good one, because I hate sisters. Okay, I'm gonna shake his hand. We'll hold my hand out, shake it.
yep, he's gonna shake your hands like one more thing. Not just Benny and this other guy. If you can get any information on the guild, you will be helping Baldur's Gate in the long run, even if we can figure out this current issue. You would do a great service to Baldur's Gate and the Flaming Fist, and a personal favor to me.
I'll see what I can do for you. After all, I'm pretty sure Guild has a partial reason to why I'm looking like I am. So we got mutual benefits there.
Good to hear. Well,
I will nod and let go of his hand.
yeah, just like on that note, he's just gonna like immediately change his tone. It's like, get this man the hell out of my office! As that guard is gonna like run up to you, grab you, kick open the door, and just throw you against the wall outside.
As I kind of splat against the wall like he used some force, you know, playing it up, I'm gonna kind of reform myself, brush myself off, and be like, I've been thrown out of worse places, you piece of shits.
Yeah,
And then just kind of wipe myself and walk away.
yeah. The guy outside the door, after like the door like quickly swings open, he's like he moves out of the way as you hit the ground. But as soon as you start saying that and you start walking away, he just like he comes up behind you with the little like spear pike or whatever and just like shoves you in the back with it, just telling you to keep moving.
Oh, do you hit your lover with that spear? Kind of
Yeah.
felt a little dull.
It's like keep your mouth shut, keep moving, get out of here. Causing enough trouble.
I'm just gonna take my hand and wipe my mouth away, and I don't have a mouth, and be like, and just wave at him.
It's like good, you should have been born that way. He just keeps moving you through.
That guard had way too much fun.
As I kind of wipe,
go on.
I was gonna say I was just gonna wipe myself off, put my hands in my pocket, and just start walking back.
The wall didn't taste great, by the way.
Probably not.
Drac, you, sir, as you are moving through the Black Dragon Gate, which is actually 2 gates, but it's whatever. Yeah, you're just heading straight into Blackgate, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you do notice that, it kind of looks like a slightly better version than Rivington and Twin Songs, kind of like on the outskirts. There's a little bit of farmland, or like a lot more farmland on this side than there is anything else. Like I said, a bit better side. But there also seems to be a sort of festival going on. There's like decorations and lights. You can hear, like, as you're sort of coming out the first set of gates, and getting closer towards that second outer gate, you can start hearing like music sort of playing. You hear a bunch of people laughing, running around. Yeah, it's a pretty energetic right now, despite it being like midday. What you doing, sir?
He's gonna be keeping an eye out for the telltale signs of his little gnome friend.
All
Any
right.
little tricks that he would normally do.
It's, I guess you can give me... Yeah, you're good, Eric. Give me a perception check. Okay. As you're sort of walking around Blackgate, seeing more of what's going on around you, like you're kind of like keeping your eye open for anything that might scream Theo. In any way, shape, or form, even a whisper of the, Theo. You do see a lot more of kind of like what's going around in Blackgate. If you do recall, Saffron had mentioned something about a carnival had come to Blackgate. So that's probably a lot of what you're seeing. And now that you walk around Blackgate a little bit more, you can see like a couple of tents. A couple of places that look like they're setting up games and stuff. There's not like fully set up right now, but maybe they're just getting everything together for the night or something. Clowns and other stuff. A couple of vendors. Just a good old carnival festival thing going on. But as you are moving through, this side of the city, after like maybe like a bunch of kids like run past you and like maybe like bump into you a little bit, cause you to like turn around, look where they're headed, and you like from like corner of your eye, you do see what looks like a gnome, sort of just chilling, kind of off on the side of a building, like on a balcony. But just about as soon as you kind of turn to look at him, you see him like turning away. So you couldn't really get like a good view of him, but like definitely the size of a gnome, maybe a short dwarf, but
He's gonna look at said building and see if it's a store or not.
No, it is not a store. It does seem to be a sort of house, at least from the looks of it.
Well, he's not gonna go start barging into houses.
Well, you could just knock on doors. Not kick in doors, knock on doors.
He's going to actually knock on the front door.
Okay. Yeah, as you and knock on the door, you hear just the sound of footsteps coming your way. Door swings open and you see a sort of like young elven girl. It's like can I help you? Like she sort of like looks a little surprised at first, but then like after like she's like collecting, like seeing your hobgobliness, like her face sort of just changes a little bit from like surprise to unease, as she's trying to like almost like she's trying to hide her uneasiness.
Yes, I happen to be looking for a friend of mine who happens to be a gnome.
Oh. Do you know the name?
He goes by many names, but the primary one is Theo.
I don't know Theo. Let me go ask Thornton real fast. As she is going to close the door and kind of in your face. She's not offering you to come inside. Yeah, she closed the door. You can hear her sort of walk away from the door and disappear for a little bit. As a few moments later, you hear a voice call out from above you. Yes. Who are you?
Name's Drac.
Drac. What kind of name is that?
Not one chosen by me.
Fair, I didn't choose mine. You look. If you think all of us gnomes know each other, like that's kind of racist. I think. Like, is there a reason you're looking for more of us, or like, is any gnome gonna do, or like, what's your purpose here in Blackgate, my guy?
I'm basically looking for my friend, who I misplaced
You missed.
after jumping through a portal.
Oh my lord! Oh, I hate my life. Lizzie, let him in. He's gonna walk back inside. You're gonna hear the door open back up, and she's like, "Best mind your manners." She's gonna let you come in.
He'll kind of politely nod, but also let it be known he did not appreciate getting slammed on.
Yeah, she'll let you in and guide you upstairs. As he is, you're gonna see old Thornton over there. It's definitely, you've already been able to tell, but it's not Theo by any means. Let me see. Like, okay. So, one thing, we're not using that name. You know what name I'm talking about? We're not using that name. So what do you want with old Brimble?
I need his help.
Okay. We would like his help
It-
too.
Me and him have a little hunting of somebody we need to get done. And he's shifting plans.
Yeah, he had mentioned a ugly as shit red guy coming through and probably looking for him. That was about a year ago.
Well, as he quoted, ugly red shit guy is not here.
Yeah, I see that. I gotta say, not the ugliest hobgoblin I ever seen. So you got that going for you, I guess. Look a little bit more sophisticated. Most of them just kind of. Anyways, you ain't here to talk about hobgoblins. Look, we don't know where Brimble is. He's been gone for over a year. Or for about a year. Almost a year. Time's a little. Once you get old, you quit caring. So if you find him, you let us know, because the motherfucker owes me money.
Those are his bets, not mine.
Oh, yeah, but, if you can find him, it'd still be nice. Otherwise... Oh, he did... Go on.
The letter I saw his name says he was around here recently.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say recently. How old's the letter?
Over the table. Did you take that letter back to me?
I gave you the letter.
Okay.
I found it in the lab. I mean, I don't know how old it is.
Drac will
but
actually pull out the letter and actually show it to him.
Yeah, he's gonna, he's gonna look at it, sort of like put some light on it, sort of smell it a little bit, give it a lick. And it's like,
It's moldy.
this is old paper, man.
Hmm.
Couldn't tell you how old it is, but it definitely ain't no new letter.
That's discouraging.
Yeah, well, welcome to Boulder's Gate. On another note, this might be a little bit, or, up your spirits a little bit. And, I would also say things here in Blackgate for us known folks ain't exactly easy. We could definitely use a donation, if you know what I mean. And I might know something about a place that he used to hide out.
That's where he's gonna actually pop out 5 gold coins out of his pocket. Like,
5 gold goes a long way. I will take it. Beggars can't be choosers. All right. On the southern side of the Blackgate district, there's a farmstead. It kind of comes close to the wall. There is a tiny little cellar that he has. Well, let's just say that was his go-to place to hide. From what I understood, he would dip into the city and then back out of the city through some of the little passageways. I don't know where they're at, so don't ask me. And he'd lose people pretty quickly. I'm assuming, since he ain't been here another year, though, that it didn't last very long. But yeah, you look hard enough, you'll find him over there. Maybe not him. I hope you don't find him over there, otherwise that might be morbid.
well, he's gonna take back the letter for sure. Be like, I will, but here's my piece. Here's a friendly piece of advice for free. Keep yourself armed and keep an eye on your shoulder.
Well, old Lizzie over there, she takes good care of me. Although she ain't good with the blade. But Theo did give me one of these things. He's gonna pull out a little pistol. Just a little pepper box.
So he actually completed it.
No, he said this was an early one.
Yeah, and Drax actually gonna gently lift his rifle on his shoulder, be like, he's been trying to make this.
Like, holy shit, how do I get those?
Sorry, I'm the only one that knows how to make them, and my memory got shot.
No, well,
And he's actually gonna trace that scar.
like, man, you could have made a living off of making those things. You've been one real wealthy man. Oh, you'd make a gnome proud. Well, now you don't. Now you guys just kind of pissed me off. Get the hell out of here, not knowing shit.
If my memory ever returns, I'll drop you a pistol version.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Then yeah, less pissed off. Please do that before I pass. Oh, who am I saying? I'm gonna outlive everybody. He's just gonna wave you off.
And well, he's actually gonna head away from there and actually head towards the hidey hole, or damn near try to find it.
I gotcha. Yeah, since luckily for you, this actually hasn't taken as long as most of the other people dealing, going through their stuff. We're gonna have you, give me another perception check as you make your way down towards the south side of Blackgate. This is more kind of away from where the carnival is. So, you're walking through, a little farm area, looking, trying to see if there's anything that sort of piques your interest. It's like around the wall, so I will give you advantage, actually. Now that I think about it, because you did have a tip. I'll give you oof.
Ironically, my passive perception is better than anything I'm ever gonna roll.
But yeah, you, as you're walking by right now, you can't really see, like, there's nothing really pointing you in any real direction. There's like a couple of farmsteads, but you don't want to just like accidentally walk onto like private property. A hobgoblin walking onto private property. So you're like trying not to get too close, I'd say. But yeah, it's just where as of right now, you can't really see, can't really find the location that you're looking for just yet.
Yeah. He's actually going to look for any high ground that he can actually publicly access and sit there and just look out.
So yeah, maybe like along the wall, there is a, like a little bit of a part in the, like the earth that meets up with the, city wall at the base. Maybe like a little, not exactly a cliffside, but it kind of resembles one. Because, cliffs are big. This is definitely not that big, but yeah, a little tiny, tiny cliffside on the side of the wall that you could probably post up at for a little bit. I'll give you another perception check. This time, not at advantage, though. Rough. Yeah. Still ain't seeing anything right now.
You'll be here for a while.
Glowin and Su Yin. Wait, do we have a Glowin here yet?
Mm-hmm.
Bet. What are y'all doing? Y'all just chilling in this room for a little while.
I look
Well,
over at the Arrow Cochran and ask him if he can help me with this without
Oh.
telling him what I'm doing.
so now I've got your attention. What do you need help with?
You're good with magic, right?
I'd like to think I am.
I am a wizard. That's kind of my profession.
Exactly.
Can you help me understand these last two I have to learn?
Well, let me take a look.
I show him the ones that I've need help on.
I gotcha. Are you wanting to explain anything about the runes to him?
I'll give him the bare bones, but nothing too elaborate. I'm trying to keep it as close to his chest as possible.
Well, if it's to do with magic, I'm gonna, even if you don't tell me, I'll find out eventually anyway.
Well, then I do. If I do tell you, you have to make an oath to my god that you won't break it or tell anybody unless I give you permission.
Well, I wouldn't even have to do that if it's not my, if it's not my place to tell. I won't tell. You have my word.
It is. It is.
I give you I give you a kind of a stink eye and then agree.
Well, what I'll do, what Suyin will do is hold out his hand and reassure Gloin that he's not like the others. He's not mouthy.
I agree.
Okay.
And shake his hand.
Alrighty. So explain some of this to me so I can see if I can help figure this out.
So I literally tell him the whole spiel of how I met the old man, how I'd have to learn these 3 runes for him to teach me more about the ancient runic arts and stuff like that.
Mm.
And tell him I need to learn them before I can go back to his house. Pretty much I tell him everything about it and about the one I found at Candlekeep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That will give you, I will say, despite the fact that you don't know Dwarven,
Yeah.
Suyin,
Stop.
he has given
Well, I can
you,
tell him.
well, yeah, but you can't just teach him Dwarven, right?
You'll have to.
But what you can do is tell him what each of those runes does that you have uncovered means, which is only 2 right now. And that I will, let him do something based off of that. Why don't you, Mr. Suyin?
Mhm.
What I am gonna do for you, let me take over your character sheet for a second.
Yep.
Delete everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Dun, dun, dun. Sweet.
Roll me. I'll give you an insight check. And because he is able to explain 2 runes to you, I will give you a +2.
Okay. let's go over to the right time. And you said investigation or insight?
Yes, insight.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
All right.
There.
Yeah, like I said,
thank you,
despite
Morden.
yeah, right. Morden, whoever Suyin's god is.
It is like whoever. Thank you. Praise
Everything.
be.
So you got a natural 27 or natural 22 technically. But yeah, so despite the fact that you don't know Dwarven, you're with a little bit of information that you're given, and you've refreshed yourself. Your mind is like it's been in that turmoil for a little bit, but now it's like completely clear. All that stress is wiped away, and you're delving into new research.
This is it's kind of perfect actually.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah,
like
I
the
was
perfect
thinking it was
way
perfect for
for
your
you
character.
to like, build like you've put all that shit behind you and now you can delve into something new and fresh. Even if you don't really understand it properly, it's that like nostalgia of getting into some new magic territory.
Right.
So it's like almost like your mind just opens up. And again, you can sort of find a new perspective, helping Glowin sort of look at the current rune that he is working on. Glowin, originally, with Suyin helping you out, I was only going to give you like a +1 or 2 or 3 to your roll. But go ahead and give me another Arcana or History roll at advantage.
Go
on.
This does. I had an idea to see if I can somewhat help. Let's see. Ability checks.
Well, your nat 20 did give him advantage.
Yeah. But let's see. Alternatively, okay.
Well, they're both at 0, so
The original D20 roll. If the original D20 roll has advantage or disadvantage, the creature rolls an additional D20 dice after the advantage or disadvantage has been applied to the original roll.
Okay.
So Suyin is going to he is going to just kind of put his hand over Glowin and cast Fortune's Favor.
Awesome. Boom, boom, boom.
So it's for attacks or ability checks.
Man, I found a spell that I need to give Marcus V. I need to find this.
Spell banned.
Roll
So I need to roll another-
Arcana one more time. Not an advantage, just another straight roll real fast.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus!
Fortune's favor
Holy
saved
Jesus!
you.
Holy Jesus!
No, that's great. Like his
Holy
nat 20 gave you advantage, and he gave you Fortune's favor, which he could only do if you had advantage. And that's what saved you from this.
That's why I waited.
Yeah.
That is great. Let me open this back up. So let's see. I just keep saying that. Gotta open up a few things on my laptop. Pull this over here. And this over here. Okay, my buddy.
But one of the first one.
Yeah, you've done the Ruin of Focused Assault.
Mhm.
I still have to put that in there, but I'll get to it. Remind me after session if you can.
You actually have it in the learned. It's just in the actual acts. It just says unknown so far.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, well, nat 20, yeah, that's obviously, like, you understand this rune as the Rune of Swift Striking. It is a common rune, but, in terms of, like I said, what it's doing, I will give you... You know what? I can actually activate both of these right now on the Carver's axe. Because I'm here, right? Why not?
Suyin is giving Gloin a high five.
Glowing is pulling out beers and say, "We're celebrating, homie. We're celebrating."
Alright, I will add this.
You're about to get drunk, Birdman. You ain't flying nowhere tonight.
I'll share a drink or few, but not. I'd rather stay sober.
Yeah, I've got you locked in. You can't go nowhere now. You're mine.
Got
You never
to.
want to keep a bird caged. That's all I can tell you. That was a hell of a roll, though.
Yeah,
I'm
shit.
so stoked that you got that natural 20 for with Fortune's favor. That is amazing.
That is literally Fortune's favorite right there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got your rune of swift striking. Carving difficulty is going to be a 12, DC 12 Constitution, 4 hours. If you would like to know what its effect is, I have already put it in your thing, but it'll allow you to increase the Constitution modifier of whoever is wielding said weapon by +1. Oh, excuse me. I read the wrong spot. Allows the user to make one additional attack as a bonus action.
Hell yeah! There you
Oh, that's really good then.
go.
I was reading the same one above that.
Yeah. There are ways you can still do that with other things, but unless you have the proficiency for it, you don't get any bonus towards it. You can still attack with an offhand weapon as a bonus action. But this is different. You can just attack as a bonus action.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will be right.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. You know what? Because I am not done with y'all and Eric is going to be. I need to reheat my coffee. Be right back.
So, guys, how y'all been?
Not bad yourself.
Got a cough. Other than that, I've been pretty okay.
Superficially popular, but had extensive armor and defensive gun. Howls did not protect against attacks and heals. This group sometimes for a trust roll, other times it's
How's everything going with y'all's new house? Or is everything okay with that?
Yeah, we close tomorrow morning.
Nice.
idiots.
All right, I'm back.
Suyin has passed away, sadly.
Oh, I had to step away because a friend brought me homemade raspberry tarts.
Oh, no. Never mind. He's still alive.
So what I missed?
Wayne went to get up his coffee.
Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Oh, and before I stepped away, I did want to say that while Suyin was helping Glowin figure shit out, he was also taking notes using his Awakened Spellbook and a magic quill to take down notes as they were putting things together. So he didn't have to really lift a finger for those.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. As y'all two sort of come to the conclusion of y'all's helping Glowin with his thing, y'all are starting to celebrate a little bit. Glowin's already brought out the drinks. Door flies open, and you see two women standing in the doorway. It is Daurora and Abigail. Suyin, you do not recognize Abigail whatsoever. You didn't see her at any point, so you have no idea who she is. Yeah, Daurora is going to come in and just like, oh, Suyin, you finally decided to show up?
I It's some. I needed some freedom.
Yeah, I think they mentioned something about you were kind of just dealing with some stuff.
Well, to put it nicely, there's some craters and a lot of bloodstains down below, like where we were.
Just gonna see Daybor sort of look to Abigail for a second, who's still like a little skittish at the moment, but she's calm. She's
I'm chugging away over there.
Yeah, shit. Like honestly, like Abigail's kind of staring at you, like was like kind of mesmerized with Suyin for a second, but this dwarf just over here, just fucking chugging down a bottle. He's just Daywar is just like, Abigail, Glowin is the drinker. Suyin is our birdman here, the Arakakra.
I wave the empty beer bottle and say, howdy.
Nice to meet you, Abigail.
She is the one that Viscus and Cinder and y'all saved from the cult's hideout. She doesn't have a lot of memories about how she got down there. She isn't from Baldur's Gate. She's from, I can't remember the, out of character, I can't remember the name of the town. I think it's like Daggerfell, Daggerfall, something like that.
Daggerfold?
Could be Daggerhold. Yeah, just north of Baldur's Gate.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's like, but we have gotten some insight into what's happened to her. If Abigail, you'd like to show it off a little bit, since you have a little bit more control this time around. As you are going to see Abigail just kind of like, again, kind of just quiet, skittish, not wanting to do anything. She just kind of goes, kind of turns into a ghost for a second and almost turns completely invisible. Like, you can still sort of see her there. But yeah, she like becomes completely almost like misty and translucent before shifting back.
Ghost!
Oh wow, that is really cool.
I dropped my beer bottle.
Although
I'm a little scared.
Yeah, Abigail's gonna be like, cool's not the word I'm using.
I mean, no offense. The ability itself is that's amazing, but by means of how you obtained it is definitely far from that.
Yeah, I can literally see ghosts when I do that. I can literally see dead people. I don't like it at all.
Suyin right now is thinking in his head, as far as thank God, as far as I know, I did not receive any of that sort of experimental.
As far as you know.
Yeah.
But
at least nothing's been active, so.
Dayror does come out and is like, this actually, her ability kind of brings me to an idea that I want to talk to you and the others about what Drax's brother, how he keeps disappearing.
Oh.
But I don't know where they're at. They didn't send me a message to let me know where they were headed.
Let me remedy that. Hold on. Suyin is going to immediately use the ring. Hey guys, the rest of us are back here at Saffron's. Would love to have you here now. And he'll send it out to the rest of the group that's not there.
Any reply from everybody?
I'll say I'll be there when I can.
Cinder goes, oh yeah, let me just fly on my magic carpet over there, lickety spit. All right, so yeah.
Well, hurry up then. Why didn't you tell us about that before? Come on, damn. We could have used that a long time ago.
Suyin is going to use the ring again just to reiterate what he said when he was flying invisible and past everybody with that eerie eerie tone. I see you.
Liar!
Yeah, so you've had Cheddar with you basically this whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I was pretty sure it was you. Yeah, Cheddar is gonna come out and is like, "Hey, can you tell them to like grab some crackers and some cheese or something on the way?"
Suyin immediately repeats that into the ring. Bring Cheddar some crackers and cheese if you can.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
you're just gonna feel
You
like
ain't-
a little mouse paws, just like you're a good one, Suyin, as he just dips back into your bag.
Well, Suyin did share some of his rations with Cheddar's when they were up on the mountain. So
I was gonna say, like, Suyin, you had cheddar this whole time. Didn't give him one bit to eat.
he ate fine.
Sat there pecking away at all the scraps right in front of him, making him hungry.
Nah,
Hey, but dried rations aren't as good as fresh cheese, though.
that's true.
But yeah, basically it's just y'all four sitting in Daewor's room now, relaxing, chilling. I also took the liberty of saying that Saffron has, like, Daewora has like a little, kind of like her own little personal area at Saffron's place.
Of course she does. They're good friends. Of course she's gonna have her own personal place. She also had another thing that the DM may not know, will now, is that Saffron may have also given Daerora access to his his means of travel in his office.
Oh yeah, but we don't talk about that just yet. We don't know if these guys can be trusted that much.
Yeah. Not yet.
Despite the fact that you know, like, out of character, they're supposed to be the quote-unquote heroes of this story. But we don't know that yet.
Is that right?
But yeah.
Bunch of dead asses.
Moving back over to Cinder and Viscous. Yeah, it's about time, Viscous. You've been like pushed on your way out of Wyrm's rock, kind of like past the guard that let you in. You know, you're making your way down the bridge. Because ultimately, the conversation you had with Alter didn't take that long. About the time you get into Twin Songs is about when you find you meet up with Cinder finally. And as you see him sort of coming back through Sal's foot, you know, you're maybe like just exiting Twin Songs, so y'all sort of meet in that little like halfway mark.
Okay, as I walk up to him, I just reach my hand out for the high five.
Yep. When I was on my way back about halfway here, I would have taken the mask off too.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't want to interrupt everybody else for that.
I gotcha.
Lies.
Maybe like back at like Stony Eyes or like Nor Chapel or something.
Yeah, once I got a good distance away from Tumbledown, I wanted to take it off.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right.
I'm just gonna look him and say, "Job's done. If we can get in, we're free to do what we want."
Did they give you any useful information?
I got a name. It's making sure that I'm talking quiet enough that no one else can really hear us.
Yeah, in
Say
the
there's a
area you're in right
conversation
now,
over
there's not a lot
20.
of people.
Okay, like if I saw people walking by, I'd just stop talking until I knew we were safe distance again. But I'd just tell them, yeah, name's Benny. He's part of the guild. Got permission from me and you to try and infiltrate and see what we can find out. Also, we ain't gonna get in trouble if we whack a couple people.
Somebody in particular?
Well, Benny for one.
Yes.
Name. After he served his use, we both know the other one.
Good.
And if Any other information we can find to be useful to the city? I'm sure they'll pay us in mountains of riches, right?
Hopefully they didn't move up their time frame too much.
I think he's giving us a week to get in there. I think he
No,
said 3
well,
weeks, but let's be honest, they're gonna give us a week.
well, I mean, I'm talking about with the letter and us finding everything.
Alright, so here's my thought, big man. Even if they move it up, they can't move it up more than 2 weeks. I mean, speeding shit up 50% is hard enough. If it was a month away, they try and speed it up, they get shave 2 weeks off. That gives us a week to get in there and find stuff.
All right, yeah, I'm just hoping it ain't. Hoping we make it in time. That's all.
Oh, guess we got focus.
We
I only got permission for me and you though. I don't know if the other guys can get in, underground market shit. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't want to put half of them through it, to be honest. So just figured, worst case, me and you go down with the ship, right?
I mean, worst case, it's a lot easier for two of us to get out than the rest of us.
Yeah, I can just imagine y'all having this conversation with Su Yin. Just like, Su Yin, I know you don't want to, but I need you to smuggle this in your prison pocket.
We're going underground again, Sue.
Nope.
Glowing, you too.
You would officially hear Suyin say, "Fuck this shit, I'm out."
And just fly off.
Just immediately
I
start
guess-
plucking your own feathers out of stress.
Yes.
I guess the next play after we figure out what the group wants to do when we get some time is find Ojekos and try and find our way in. And
All right.
he owes me at least a compensation, and I left a good enough impression. Maybe he lets us in. Shows us the door. I'm sure me and you can walk through it.
True. Worst case comes to, just do a little bit of smooth talking and get in our usual ways. But I guess everybody else is waiting for us. Might as well probably head back.
Yep. And I'm just gonna pull out a bottle of wine and walk slightly slower.
Taking a little bit of time.
Take a drink and hand it over to Cinder.
I'll take a sip of it.
Drac, are you still skulking around Blackgate, or are you heading back to Saffron's?
He's still skulking.
Give me another perception check. Wouldn't it be nice if you rolled a 20? The 15's not bad. Yeah, I will say, like, as you, maybe, like, sometime after you hear that, thing from Su Yin calling everybody back, you're not leaning towards, like, one way or the other, if you want to, like, stick around for how much longer, or if you want to just go ahead and head out. But either way, you're just like, okay, well, at the very least, I'm going to give it, like, a few more minutes, keep my eyes open, see if I see anything. And you do, see, let's say, like, something that sort of catches your eye. Maybe it's something that you have seen Theo do in the past to cover his tracks. It is hard to tell from a distance if you're not aware of what you're looking for. But there's we'll say, it's a bush that's right next to one of these, like, cellar basement doors on the outside. That's fallen over. Bushes don't fall over. It's a very big red flag for you. So you go, I'm assuming you're gonna go check it out.
Yep.
Yeah, there is a hole. You probably could get in there, but it'd be a little tight. Give me just a second.
Hobgoblin go down the hole.
Alrighty. But yeah, like I said, it'd be a tight fit, but it is a hole that leads under the building.
Well, he's going to give it the old shimmy slide.
Give me an acrobatics check. more trying to like wiggle yourself in there and be limber. Ooh. I'll say it does take you a good little bit. There's a point in there where you do get kind of stuck, maybe because like your gun, kind of like getting caught on something, and like you have to wiggle. You kind of tear your coat a little bit, but eventually, like your head like poking into what looks to be a very dirty room filled with tinkering. Whole bunch of metal bits and bobs and gears, a whole bunch of stuff. It's very cluttered. Do you keep pushing forward?
Yep.
All right, yeah.
And he's like, jackpot.
Yep, you hop in there, and as basically like, as soon as you hit the ground, like there's just like that puff of like dirt. And you can hear, like, almost as soon as you hit the ground, you hear a hum kind of coming beneath the wooden floorboards.
He's gonna do an old trick him and Theo did back in the other world. He's actually gonna take his foot and do a 3 tap to the left, then 2 to the top.
All right.
See if he can find that hidden little door.
Okay. No door happens to show up, but something does, like, as you are sort of sitting there, like, doing the whole, like, tap with your foot, the floorboards, you know what? I'm going to pull you into personal real fast.
Uh-oh.
That's what I'm going to do.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hello, my friend. This will be fun. All right, so as you are doing the whole tippity tap, the floorboards, you see a kind of like between the little cracks in them, you see what looks to be a red glow. It's kind of dim at first, but then the floorboards just not literally explode like fire and all that, but they like something from below them just forces its way through all of the wood, shattering the beams and everything, and is now standing right in front of you, a metal canine that is just looking at you and says, "Person recognized." And let me see if I have it. I have it somewhere. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do. Not that. Gotta find exactly what this is. Come on. Sometimes I don't like using stuff on or doing this on my laptop because it runs a little bit slower. But it's alright. Not that one. I could have sworn I had something for you for this. But it seems I have either misplaced it or forgot to fully grab it. Both very annoying. Do. Very annoying indeed. I do not like this. I know what I can do. So, if I remember correctly, though, I do have to open up something while I do this. But the lights from the hound go from red to blue, as it seems to kind of almost go into a docile state. Kind of like goes off from that like high alert state, and then just starts focusing. It kind of just. Ah, yes, I found it. Just gotta copy this real fast. And... Man. Sorry taking me so long to do all this. Sorry to you and the viewers. um... I'm gonna give you access to a little thing. And I guess I give myself access to it, so it's just so yeah. As the dog, you're going to see a slip of paper, kind of just like come out of its mouth.
She's actually gonna take the paper.
It is a letter. There's a lot of these days, as well as if you look into the on Roll20, you now have access to something called Theo's Note. I am going to move it to the player section, but currently only you and I can see it.
Alright.
Oh, come on. Oh, I can't. That's right. I can't move it from this side. I have to move it from my laptop. Bitches. But in other news, before you start reading it, I'll say again. I gotta pull something else up. Go away. Pull this up one more time. From say after you take the note, the shoulders pop open from the dog, like its front shoulders, and you can see 2 pistol handles sticking out. Just the handles at first.
Very carefully take them.
You have in your hand 2 Magitech pistols. They are not as, we'll say, they're kind of a little bit more rough in their design than what your rifle looks. You can tell that Theo is working with different materials than you had. But from the looks of it, they should serve a similar, if not same, purpose as your rifle, just at a lower power. They have even that glowing tiny crystal inside them.
That's when Drek finally smiles for the first time. True smile. You finally did it, you clever little bastard.
I'm going to give you access to another thing that will be closer to where your character sheet is. Same thing I told with Su Yin, because I gave him access to, like, I told all of y'all I was working on some stuff specifically for each of those characters, or it was probably going to break the game, but I'll deal with that. You have finally unlocked your DM-given abilities. So I'm going to give you access to this. If you have any concerns or anything, like you just want to change it, you don't like any of it, whatever, just talk with me. We'll figure it out. You know how I am. But you now have access to, quote-unquote, the Magitech Hound. And if you go into Bio and Info section, it also gives you all of the abilities that you unlock with that Magitech Hound. Yes, the Magitech Hound in and of itself fights with you. Can fight with you. It's just not super strong.
Well, Drax actually gonna place his hand on the hound, like, override name.
Yeah, you can see like a little glint, like the shimmer in its eyes goes like shifts from blue to green to back to blue again, as it's kind of like seems like it's waiting for whatever it is you're gonna say. Hello?
Steal Alex.
That's what you're naming it?
Yep.
Alright. Give it. Let's steal Alex.
Steal.
Just steal. Alright. Yep. as you are going to hear basically the same voice that you had heard before. Just like acknowledged, steal, and then kind of just barks at you a little bit, and just starts acting like a dog, just a lot heavier. It's wagging its tail. It's got its head cocked side. Just sort of sits down.
Let's get back to my party, shall we?
As it's gonna. Oh yeah, he gets ready to follow you, which the only way in and out is the hole you came through.
Dig.
Yeah. You can see it just like immediately just go up and just start like clearing out the tunnel and make it a little bit bigger. Makes it big enough for itself to squeeze out. And then it comes and starts digging on the other side, making it enough for you to get through as well.
Fall through?
Heading back to the upper city.
Yep.
You're gonna get a lot of weird looks. But what else is new, right?
While they're also heading back to the the below?
The below?
Is the bathhouse.
Oh, I can't remember what it's. The touch and glow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's actually gonna readjust his belt to actually be able to holster those two pistols.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I would say like you don't really have like the pistol holsters, yet, but yeah, as you said, just like readjusting what you have just to have somewhere to put your pistols. I got you kind of like on your hips. Just don't pull the trigger.
Gee.
Yeah, bad news. Oh, I'm gonna move you back up.
All right.
Hello there, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, as we'll say Viscous, Cinder, y'all making y'all's way back to back through the lower city, back into the upper city. It is going to be y'all. It's like about the time y'all actually get into the basically where the what you call it. I just had the name. What did I call it, Temp? What did I call it?
Touch and glow.
The Touch and Glow. Yes, that's the name of Saffron's bathhouse.
Mhm.
Yeah, y'all are making y'all's way up to the Touch and Glow. There is already a Drac and a metal dog next to him, following him. As Drac, you're, making your way into the Touch and Glow. But yeah, I'm assuming not taking y'all too long to follow suit and everybody sort of show back up in Deborah's room. Drac, you'd be the first person. The lady up front, she's gonna be a little confused about your dog, but she doesn't have a policy on metal dogs.
Yet.
Yeah, like, I'm sure there will be one by the end of the week, but or by the end of the 10-day. But yeah, she leads you back upstairs. She assumes that you know where to go, but she leads you back upstairs and gestures down the hall. Doing the same thing as soon as Viscous and Cinder show up. She's like, oh, man, I should have just waited a few seconds. Yeah, this way. I think all of y'all are here now. Oh, and
Alrighty.
tell Dayror that, like, I guess for y'all as well, we still haven't seen Saffron today, so I'm assuming he had gone back to Waterdeep to handle some business at his shop there. But he usually doesn't, he's usually a day or so in each location, moving back and forth. He's a pretty busy guy.
Alright. I was worried he's going to be gone too long.
Yeah, like I said, usually not more than a couple of days. Yeah, as y'all make y'all's way upstairs, into Dayror's room. Drac, the moment you walk into the room, your dog your new pet, and sort of like scans everybody, and Dayror just sort of looks at it like, what the fuck is that? As it just kind of like lights up red for a second, as if it's like
Easy.
almost ready to go, but like before you even say anything, it like re-dociles itself. As it just kind of looks at it curious. Just like, what? Where have you been?
Is that one of those clockwork things?
Nah. Drax actually going to be, rubbing his hand against the dog's head. It was a gift from a friend.
Oh, okay. Interesting contraption. Also, hello again. Sorry for running out on you guys.
But
We all have a day, Suyin. Welcome back.
Thank you. I needed to clear my head.
Abigail is going to approach you, Viscous, and you as well, Drac. And she's like, sorry for freaking out. Dayror explained the situation. Saffron tried to. I do get that y'all helped me. It's just the last thing I clearly remember is being in Daggerhold, and that's not even this city. I might, from what Dayror says, I might be able to help y'all a little bit. I really like to, but I don't want to get in on whatever it is y'all are doing. I want to get as far away from this as possible.
Gonna look at her and say, then run.
Well, I'm going to help you to the best of my ability first. I believe that's the best way I can say thank you for getting me out of there. But I need to collect myself for a minute. If y'all have other business to attend to, I'll let y'all know what I know I have after I piece these little broken fragments together. She's just gonna sort of detach from the conversation, just kind of just go sit down on the bed, just kind of just look at the wall for a little bit and start thinking to herself.
Suyin is going to pluck one of the feathers from his wings just to give her hands something to fiddle around with, just to help keep her, it's better than, clenching a fist.
Yeah, she's twirling around in her fingers as she sits down. She's not really like looking at it. Like sometimes she does and all that, but yeah, she's just, you can see she's fidgeting with it.
The whole point is sometimes it helps to have something to fidget with.
Yep, that's what fidget spinners are for.
Hell yes. Boy, are they handy.
Yeah. As Dayror is gonna come up, it's like, well, she said she might have some information, but from what little bit she was telling me, I may have pieced together how someone's brother, she's gonna look to you, Drac, is able to get around so quickly and without ever being seen. He's not turning invisible, he's moving into the ethereal. He, I'm assuming through some form of magic, is, well, able to move in and out of the ethereal, what seems at will?
That was one of like 30 of my guesses. I just couldn't figure it out.
Oh, well, there's also a problem with that. Now, the ethereal is a hard place to navigate, but if you can navigate it properly and efficiently, distance is virtually negligible. which means that a trip that would take normal people a week could take him less than a day, if he knows what he's doing. The way he's moving around, I'd assume that he has a good mind to know how to get around through there.
Could it be that he's been here before in order to know where he's going as quickly as he does?
The ins and outs of the ethereal kind of like they're a little strange, but yes, that's essentially how it works. It's a lot easier to get to places if you're familiar with them. So
Well,
go
I've
on.
only heard rumors, but like if you think up is up and down is down, or vice versa, isn't that how the ethereal realm works?
I
Whatever you think
Yeah, I believe
in
so.
direction, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, but like
so
I
that would
oh,
explain
go
it.
on.
No, he's just rambling on, thinking, kind of on the same page as her to some degree.
Yeah. Well, yeah, which again makes it very hard to track the guy down and also run from the guy, since if he knows where you are and he's familiar with that location, it's not very hard for him to get there. That being said, that's only my best guess. I would assume that it is in some ways accurate, but probably not the whole truth. Like I said, he's moving through the ethereal extremely fluidly. I don't know
I
how
mean,
to explain that.
makes sense. The experiments they did on me, they used to hold the other experiments. Drax's brother can use her experiment results to go through there. The glowing shit with the Cinda mentioned. I mean, it clearly seems like whatever they're doing, they're using this to get the results and then using it for other purposes.
Oh, well, if they're a cult bent on research and all that crap, I would not put that against them. But
So what's that mean for the rest of the stuff, Aurora, that we found down there?
I could not tell you, but probably nothing good. You said you went and talked with Alter?
Yeah, I gave him the information, struck a deal with him. I'm gonna try and get more information for him.
I just keep your head out of trouble. Flaming Fist usually does good in Boulder's Gate, but they're still a mercenary group. There's some people in there who would turn a blind eye to the right paycheck.
Duly noted. Thank you, ma'am.
That being... Oh, go on.
I was wondering, can I try and see if Abigail is marked like the other lab experiments, like on her neck?
It's like you're walking up to her and trying to check, or you're just trying to like peek from where you're at?
I'm trying to like keep my distance, and if I need to like circle around the room a little, I'll circle around the room.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna walk up and be like, "Let me look at your neck." Yeah, no.
Fucking slam her head on the desk and just like, let me see the back of your neck.
You want a monster?
Yeah, I'll say give me a perception check. It's not a very hard one. Like it'd be like an 8. Hey. Yeah, like you move around a little bit, trying to like just like maybe play it off as like trying to just find a better place to stand and where it's not so awkward for you. And luckily, like there's like a point in time where she's like playing with her hair a little bit. Oh, V, did you already check her for? I don't remember if you did.
I think I did, and you said she did not have one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I wasn't sure.
No, I remember. I was pretty sure that I asked. I just couldn't remember the answer that I gave you. Don't want to just have a random continuity error. That'd be kind of awkward, especially since it's recorded.
I think I checked and you said no, but I'm not 100% on it. I don't have anything in my journal about it.
I gotcha. I'll go ahead and say she doesn't. I'll go ahead and say that. Yeah, she at least seems to be mark free on the back of her neck. Maybe she got like a freckle or a mole or something, an ingrown hair.
Gotcha.
But yeah. Anything else? Questions from any of you lovely folk? Anything you want?
Yes.
Oh, go on.
Drax gonna look right at Delora. Any idea how to get to the old stone watchtower?
Let me see something. The Old Storm Watchtower? Old Stone Watchtower. You know what? My own, like, because I forgot to edit that. Don't worry about that part of that. I had forgotten that is where you were supposed to find your little pup.
Yeah. Never
Um,
mind.
so yeah, skip that paragraph. You know, my bad. That's on me.
Alright, I guess better question is, do you know of any way to find a phylactery?
A phylactery?
Something that holds a soul.
If you're familiar with it or who, then possibly, but they're like that's a phylactery's powerful dark magic. There could be some very serious consequences just trying to scry on one of them.
And that's when Drac, at her saying that, he holds up 3 fingers.
You need
We
me.
need to find 3 of them.
Why?
That's when Drac actually pulls out the note.
I'm gonna go ahead
Let's
and
just-
delete that one paragraph.
Mhm.
Drac's then gonna say, let's just say my little buddy gave me a little insight about our opponent named Solomon.
And that has to do with 3 phylacteries.
Yep.
So his and who else's? Because
His.
and she sees like she's like pausing for a second. It's like she's kind of like taking her a second to comprehend exactly what you're saying. It's like,
Well, he'll actually offer her the note.
yeah, he's gonna look at it and just like she's gonna read over it a little bit. And for everybody else, Drac, I'm assuming that you would let the other people read the note, so I'll give them access to it.
Yep.
Do. There we go. It is called Theo's Note. But yeah, let's see. And she's browsing through it and is like, so this Solomon guy, lich with 3 phylacteries. That's Suyin, how much do you know about liches?
Should I roll for that?
You can go roll me like Arcana, History.
Oh, I gotta reopen my thing. Give me a second here. Oop. Okay, still wrong tab. What the hell? Oh, I cannot find anything today. All right, so Arcana or History?
Yes.
Oh, geez. Oh, that is a toughie because I'm good at both. History. Probably
Oh.
not gonna.
Oh, shit.
You're on a roll
Oh,
today. Sucks today's
apparently.
a role play session more than anything else. Because y'all are gonna tank combat.
What do you need to know about
Such
liches?
words.
it's well, not much that I really need to know about them, but like I'm correct in assuming that liches only have one phylactery, right?
Typically, yeah. But I mean, if you could split your soul in half and essentially, I mean, people have multiple personality disorders. Why not split a soul in half into two?
I mean, I guess,
It'd
but
be
that's some crazy magic, though.
if they are ambitious enough. I mean, I definitely, I'm fairly ambitious myself, having, working on new spells and everything, but that's just a whole level.
Hmm. Either way, I don't know if y'all realize that dealing with Solomon's going to be a lot harder.
I do have another theory.
Okay?
If there are three phylacteries, maybe maybe he had possibly, and this is going out on a limb here because, all these labs and experiments, maybe he's created different copies of himself and went about that.
Hmm. I mean, maybe.
The second theory is that two of them are probably decoys.
Well, here's my thought process, though. The note here says, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Drac, you and Theo were from another world entirely.
Yep.
Oh shit, my laptop just died.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's my DM screen. Oh, campaign's over. But haha, I can open the note here. As he's going to look down, says, and I will quote, I'll admit, at the time, it seemed like a brilliant idea. I was younger, more reckless, less concerned about, morality. But now it's the key to stopping him. We need to gather those three pieces, destroy them, and then, only then, will Solomon be vulnerable. So if this is something he was doing when he was younger, he didn't do that here.
So it sounds like he very well could have split his soul into three.
Which, at the very least, here is some crazy magic. I don't know about the magic you have over wherever you came from, Drac, but that's magic that's not touchable anymore.
That being said too, if we can even eliminate one of those phylacteries, maybe that would also cut his power by a third or whatever.
I mean, that's a good idea. It's a good thought. It's just, with three phylacteries, that essentially means this guy has 3 lives. At least.
Yeah.
And the moment one is attacked or disturbed, he's going to know about it. And you can bet the repercussions are going to be swift.
Yeah.
Brian will be on us 24/7.
I mean, honestly, with the way you talk about Brian and how close he is with Solomon, I wouldn't doubt that he might be protecting one. I don't know if he'd
Maybe
have it on him, but he definitely would know where 1 or 2 are.
Considering how strong he is, it would probably, I wouldn't have any doubt he'd have one on him.
Yeah, it would be convenient, although at the same time, not so convenient.
Yeah.
If I had to be a betting man, and I'm not, he's probably linked to all three phylacteries to where he can just teleport to them.
Yeah, that's
Well, again,
could be
if he is familiar with the locations, which he should be if he's working for the guy, his moving through the ethereal would make him getting to them really quick. Oh.
And the moment we pop one, he will be hunting us
Yeah.
nonstop.
Well, that makes things a little bit more difficult. A lot more difficult, but I don't think we need to worry about that just yet anyways. I think we have more pressing matters to deal with in the city. Oh, man, y'all stepped into a load of shit, you know that?
Well, they dragged me down there, so.
Cinder just makes a face at Suyen. Just like,
I tried
well,
to be nice.
it all sounds all
Don't
well
really
and good. But
Like-
Drac, I gotta ask you, what's up with this dog? What's going on here?
Well, Theo
Arf.
gifted to him.
Huh?
Theo gifted to him. Me.
And what's your dog? What's your dog do? He got a name?
I named him Steel
Really?
after my other brother.
Wait a minute, your brother's name was Steel.
I have 3 brothers.
Just giving Cinder a fucking nasty look.
Yeah, I definitely look back at
Haunting.
Viscus as soon as
Haunting, Mike.
I respond that way.
Don't
Oh,
worry, Steel is. He passed away in the other world.
All right.
And by pass, I mean got his head completely ripped off by Brian.
It's
Got
alright, he
another
wasn't using
brother
it.
named Flint.
Anyway, interesting dog there. Yeah.
Though, if you boys are nice, that's when he actually whips out both pistols. I might let you play with these.
Yeah, he's got 2 small Magitech pistols now. It's kind of similar, but more rough style to his rifle. But yeah.
So now you got 3 of guns.
And that's when Drag just does the, a face palm, but instead of actually doing it hard with his pistols, he's just like, oh, you know.
So, what's your dog do?
I do not know yet. But I'm
Does
pretty
he,
sure he's combat ready.
Gonna look down like I'm calling a dog and go, "Come here, Steel number 2."
Field number 2.
He is going to look to you and just sort of cock his head to the side.
I was expecting the stink eye for a second there.
I'm just gonna look up at Cinder as I stand up and go, "Yep, about as intelligent as Steel number 1, huh?"
Oh.
And is immediately gonna go red. It's not growling or like changing his posture. Just you can see like its eyes squint a little bit, and just the blue lights on it go red.
Start poking Cinder in the ribs.
The we need some shenanigans. Does Drax see Glowin holding a beer?
I don't know. Glowing, you holding a beer?
Of course I am. I just got done getting a thing done.
Steel, take the dwarf's
Uh,
beer from him.
I try to. Can I try to keep it from him?
Yeah, you can try.
All right.
You're gonna roll because it's not trying to like straight up steal it. It is literally just trying to take it. I mean, it's not trying to like sneakily take it. Let me see. It's gonna be a strength saving throw for you, my friend, and a strength check from the Dogo. Oh, I wasn't supposed to roll that in GM, but it was a 20. So it's you can tell it's got a pretty firm grip. But it does, like, you do snatch the bottle out of it. You can see, like, cracks in the bottle and, like, it's where its teeth were scraping against the glass. But you do pull the bottle back away from it.
No. Bad dog.
It's just gonna, like, lower its head just a little bit. and then look over to you, Drac.
You're a good boy.
Yep, just puts its head back up, looks to you, glowing, and just squints its eyes.
I squint mine back. Don't take my beers.
Pisses
mine.
oil on you. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. Abigail is going to speak up. He's like, so I don't know how much it is, but so the stuff that they had me in was kind of like, I don't know how to say it. I couldn't think or see. I didn't know anything that was going on outside of my little head. But occasionally I would shift into, as gonna be the first time that you, besides anyone besides like Suyin, Glowin, and Deorora, see this like in control, but she's gonna do her little shifty ghost thing where she looks like she's turning into a ghost for a second. And it's like anytime that would happen, it didn't have as much of an effect on me, and I could hear a few things. I don't know what the plan is that they have, but they mentioned something to do with the full moon.
Oh.
That's the only solid thing I know for a fact I heard. And maybe like what's today? I'm not even sure what today is. This day Roar is gonna look over to her and inform her of the day. I don't know what day it is off the top of my head, but
Today is today.
yeah. And she's like, yeah, I think it was something to do with next month. But as Day Roar is gonna come to, it's like, no, I'm pretty sure the full moon next month is on the 19th.
Oh.
I'm gonna look
Hmm.
to Suyin and tell Suyin if he could send a message to, what the hell is this guy's name? Won't be a second. Ulder, I think. Ulder. And tell him and just message him and say, my sister sent me, and follow it up with, look for the next full moon.
Okay. I repeat exactly that to what's his face because I forgot the name right then and there too.
Ulder. Yeah, Ulder Ravengard.
Yeah.
Suyin, you are pretty quickly going to get a reply
Mm-hmm.
the 26th. Why? And by the way, it is currently the 23rd.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh. Well, I will repeat that to or that question to Viscus because I have no clue.
Do you have resource to reply?
I can do it 2 more times, and then I am definitely going to need some time to relax.
Repeat back. Info is limited. Find a meet spot. Learn through correlation.
Meets. Oh. Yeah, I guess Suyin will relay that as well.
It's going to say that stay where y'all are. I'll send someone soon.
Should I tell him where we're at?
I'll look at you and say if he mentioned where we're at, he knows where we currently are.
Well, he said he'll send someone soon, but he didn't ask.
I told him our main operation was located at Saffron's place.
Boy, did I
I
miss
already-
a lot. I missed a lot while I was gone, didn't I?
We all went on our own little adventures, Suyin. You ain't
Yep.
the only one.
I'm just gonna look to the rest of the group and say I'm gonna go wait for the informant.
To be fair, that wasn't much of an adventure as it was an escape away from insanity.
Abigail is going to speak up one more time. She's like, I hope that was at least in some way helpful. It sounds like it was.
I think.
Go on, Cian.
Oh, so Ian was replying to her saying, I think it was helpful. And he was going to just kind of put his hand on her shoulder and say thank you.
You're gonna see like the moment you sort of like touch her shoulder, like your hand just sort of like phases through her as she like pulls away from you for a second.
Oh, sorry.
But she's like, no, I'm just still a little skittish. Hopefully, and I don't take this the wrong way, but hopefully I don't see y'all anytime soon. If all of this is following y'all around, I'm gonna try and make my way back to Daggerhold. If y'all are ever in the area, and again, none of this is following y'all, I'll try and give y'all some hospitality.
We appreciate that. Over the table, I was wrong earlier. It is Daggerford.
Daggerford, okay. That way.
I had to make sure I can figure that out and correct myself if I was wrong. It's Daggerford. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what she'll tell y'all.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah.
Does she look like she's done with the large feather that I gave her earlier?
Yeah, like she's still like playing with it, but like it looks like it's more like just kind of like being held in her hand at the moment while she was talking to y'all.
Okay. Well, if once she stops fiddling with it, it'll just kind of disappear and reappear back on my wing. Essentially, like I can use my feathers as quills and
Interesting. All right. Okay. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
At least
A
you'll
little
never
bit
have
of
to
flavor.
worry about being defeathered. Technically.
Unless magical means. So this is a little different than being, physically defeathered.
Yeah. But yeah, with that, Dayror is gonna look to y'all and just like, look, I'm going to go help her get safe passage out of the city. She seems like she don't have a whole lot of money, and so I'm gonna get her some people to help her get back to Daggerford. Yeah. I guess if anything comes up, y'all keep me posted. I'll be in Baldur's Gate for a while. I'll be here at the Touch and Glow. Y'all are more than welcome to come hold up in my room anytime, as long as I'm not sleeping, unless y'all absolutely need me. But
we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, best of luck, guys. And Viscus, you said you were gonna be snooping around and helping out the Flaming Fist with that task.
Is that the Aurora asking me?
Yeah, because you had mentioned it, right?
Oh, yeah, but right before Suyin started talking with them about stuff, I mentioned I was waiting for the informant. My apologies.
Oh no, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, so I walked out to
Oh, okay.
wait for the informant.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
He's gonna. Okay, well then, yeah, she'll just look to Cinder, Drac. Wish y'all, like, good luck. Keep me posted. And then look over to Glow and just yeah, don't
wave.
party too hard.
I wave. I wave.
Yeah. But yeah, she is going to help Abigail leave. As they pass by you, Viscous, Abigail is gonna, give you like a little mild wave.
I'm just gonna politely smile and nod and chuck a bottle of wine at old Aurora and say until next time.
Like, sooner than you think. As they
Gonna
walk
smile
off
and
into
say,
the upper city.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
If he threw the bottle while they were still inside, one of the bathhouse workers is just going to give Viscous the side eye, like, don't be throwing shit in my in my place of work.
But yeah, no, that is where we are going to call it for the night, guys. Anything else before? Anything like questions, concerns, things you want to clear up, or
Is it Wednesday or
Mm.
Monday yet?
that's Wednesday is the day after tomorrow.
I know. Well, see, the sooner we get to the Monday after next, the better.
Yeah, right. Yeah, anything?
Nope.
No.
All right. Well, then with that being said, I think that's a great place to call it. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night.
Ciao.
Good night.
Later.
Later.